morning there, Ghost Gang. I know y'all haven't seen a lot of us lately, but we still here. We going to start making sure that y'all get y'all videos out and y'all get to see what we're doing on a day-to-day basis. This is how we start our mornings out. We start out by pushing all of these motorcycles out of the shop. That's a part of what a motorcycle shop does. So if you're ever thinking about being a mechanic and working in a motorcycle shop, just remember, you got to push motorcycles in and out every single day.
No, what I'm gonna have her do is jump up in my lap, right?
Oh my God.
Okay, I'm gonna have her. No, don't you move. You can't be backing up.
I gotta get them on
I'm
film.
gonna get you just all scared. She all scared to jump. Okay,
Jay,
morning,
he got them all the way over here.
Come here, I'm gonna tell you about what you literally said. Hold it.
I couldn't see Annie.
No, don't run. I'm gonna give you something to eat. Just hold on. Look at the cat playing with the goat. The goat. Yeah, sweep that up for me. Look at that. Play with him, girl. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Sweep that up real quick. While I throw him off. Yeah, girl, jump on. Give me some exercise.
You want me to give it to him?
Run the black one out the way. That's what I'm talking about, girl. Don't let him play with you like that. Man, jump up. Give me a jump up. Man, jump up. Give me a jump up. There you go. Man.
Oh, it's so cute.
Give me a jump up. I didn't want you to do it.
Well, I thought you just want me to move the door.
Catfish, the cat's gonna come there and eat that, and then they're gonna be coming every day. No, get away.
The goats are gonna eat it.
No, they ain't gonna eat it. That's still there. Man. No, he don't. I'll put it right over here. That's what he said. But there's one right in his eyesight. But he don't see that one.
Ain't like on
He don't see the one. But see, this is why I say it like this.
Yeah,
Because it's right there. He goes, nah, I put it over here.
I'm never gonna look for something.
But you almost tripped over it.
I don't give a shit. This is what I did. I did like this. This is what I did.
And this is what I did. And this is what I did. Cut it.
I went in there like this.
But see, your foot, that's exactly where it was standing, so you would have stepped on it.
Look, come here. Tell me what's this right here. Come here. Come.
We saw what you got.
No, you don't know.
We saw what you got.
Tell
We
me
know where other
Tell me
shit
what you
was.
see in there. Cause that's where I put them at.
Looks like a bike stand.
No, just see some
What's in there?
Just see a bunch of bike stands.
Looks like there's some bike stands in there.
That's it. Some bike. Don't just say one, because that's what he'd have got, that one. But it's
How
a
many in
bunch
there?
of them in there.
How many in there?
I don't know. Was it 3?
3 or 4.
Something like that.
You know why it's 3 of them in there?
I don't know.
Cause
It
I
don't
put them
matter.
in there.
It don't matter.
Shit. Don't matter. Why the hell I'm gonna go look? See? That's why
Look at this nice bike stand.
That's why I told you. Cut it. I gotta look for shit.
When it's right there in front of you.
You almost stepped on.
Well, hey.
You know what I said?
Hey, where's my step on 10?
That's a good representation because that's exactly how the bike stand and you were.
No, but I put it there so I know where it's at.
Then why are you asking?
That's my point. God. See, I don't have to look for
Harry
something
said we gotta cut
if I put it there.
Cut it. That's what I'm saying. See, you remember I told that man at that point, I was like,
listen to this.
This man came all the way from the Bangor with one T-shirt, and he can't give out now, not one, to a country boy.
Annie Lynn, you have messed up.
Your ass up.
Say that again.
He can give you 9 and let you leave, and y'all
Let
ready.
him hear that shit again, cause that don't even sound real.
Come on, dog. I don't even know your name. Chris.
Man,
like that.
That's like him crawling.
And
I'm
line it
calling
up
that.
right now. Line it up right now.
I mean, we
Why
put
you
spray. Hey,
I gotta be tuned.
Hey, we put
Stay
spray on
tuned.
this shit.
I gotta be tuned.
I gotta be tuned. My bike ain't tuned.
I put spray on it. We put spray on this shit, but I know.
I don't
With,
spray on
with
it.
that many motherfucking bike lengths, he can't get on the crawl.
I guarantee you.
Ain't no spray on it.
If you go out there right now, if you trying to get on this bike and y'all ready, he'll give you all you
Well,
say.
220 can't do nothing right now.
Yep.
It's in the shop.
If
Let him
if
come
y'all
up out of
ready,
this shop.
he'll give you all
Let
you
him come up
say.
out of this shop.
This is what they're gonna run the trike against the gold 600.
That's all he got to be.
Is that real?
Yeah, we.
I don't care how much gas you got on.
You better have 100 shot on that thing. He ain't got no nitrogen on it. He ain't got no bottle on
No,
it.
I'm just saying.
Now you want to buy a bottle? I got a bottle for sale.
I got a bottle.
Where is that?
Shit, is it right there? I got to be tuned.
There you go another Harry-o.
No, he got a
There
bottle.
go another Harry-o.
No, he got a bottle
bottle
right
right
there.
there.
It's right there.
What size shot you got on there?
Let's finish.
It ought to run.
So right there, I got a power command on it right now.
You also gotta have.
I got a power command on it right now.
You also gotta have.
It ought to run. Clutch hand.
I got a power command on it.
Harry, you ain't got no clutch hand. You ain't got no throttle.
you-
Your ass got motherfucker.
Hey.
You got motherfucker. What that shit is?
No, you
when
ain't
be
got
typing. Your ass got competence and your goddamn clutch hand.
Yeah, but you are. Hey.
Hey, he got competence and the clutch hand and the motherfucker throttle hand and went to sleep.
It lets you know that you a real rider when you go from clutch to a slide.
A real
You
rider.
said, no.
He's a passenger on a race bike.
He went to a slider.
Yeah,
He
when
went
you
to a
go to
slider.
a slider,
You
you're
slide
not
his
a real
ass all up
rider.
and down the damn
You heard
street.
that? When you go to a slider, you're not a real rider because the bike is doing all the riding. 570 with forward heads. Like I say, give me a back tire, shut up.
You got 2 back tires.
I know I do. I'm talking about you give me
You
something.
got 2 back tires.
You scared of them back
That
tires.
shit you got out there, you can take what you want.
No, I'm asking.
No, I'm giving
How much?
what you want.
No, I ain't say that. I want because you know your ass on film. How much?
I don't give a damn about that film.
Well, how many?
Everybody already know you ain't gonna run shit but your mouth.
How many though?
How many you need?
You gonna give me what?
How many
Four?
you need? I'm gonna give you whatever you
You
need.
gonna give me? No,
Did I tell you we run the quarter, you take off front eight?
No, you gonna put that shit on.
Damn. That's what I
How
told him.
many? How many?
take
you
off
wanna
from
give
when?
me?
He take off from the 8th, we run the
Now
quarter.
again,
Damn.
again.
Damn, he halfway there,
I
you
got
over
570.
half there.
I got flowed heads.
Man, you don't know if the
By
head's
law,
flow.
by law,
Man, you got
I
no
gotta
heads
tell you it's asleep.
You got them heads
Like
flow,
he
man.
get
Them
it?
bitches ain't flow.
Think he get it?
It's gonna do a little more than what you see there.
Too far.
Yes, if you crank up, it's gonna do more than what I see there.
Just saying. But you got a pretty bike now.
You
Mike.
damn
I'll
right.
tell
You got a pretty bike. Pretty
No.
motherfucker ugly.
Mike, you got a pretty bike. You seen his bike, right? Yeah, you got a pretty bike.
I got a pretty bike. When you ever know me to have an ugly ass bike?
No,
Other than
I'm
when I
just
rolled
saying.
your shit around the
Well,
parking
I'm
lot.
just saying, you got a pretty bike. That's all.
I'll give him what he needs.
That's what they do up here at Performance on 2 Wheels. They can't even help it. They just all they gonna talk that.
Friends, Ghost Gang, all of that. Now, in part 1, we put the rear cylinder on. We got the front cylinder on now, and we're about to put the head on the front cylinder. So once we do this, once we get this accomplished, we're going to go to the primary side and put the primary on. So then all we got left is to put the cams. That's it, man. Let's get it right, man. Pass on that.
From Tucker.
What did you say?
Jason just got a package.
Oh, we just got a package. I wonder what that is. Come on, baby, you gotta sit on down. Stop acting out. Bam. Bam. Here we go. So just like I told you in the earlier video, make sure you follow your sequence and ensure that you use your torque wrench. You want to make sure get all of this together properly. So as we know, we're taking this from a 103 to a 107. It's an S&S cams in. See if we can get this thing to make a little bit more horsepower.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I thought you were still trying to find the tools, so I was chilling.
What do you think? I've been walking around talking?
No, just then. Yeah.
What are you doing? Well, as I was saying, before I put these gaskets on, I'll ensure that I lube them so that they seat well, so they don't be dry, metal on metal. Annie Lynn, do you remember what the torque spec was on this sequence?
Mm-mm.
Oh. We start out with 9, 14, 22, and 35.
What's up, Conda?
I ain't paying no code. That shit came out of Florida. We don't produce that shit down here like that. Shit came out of Florida. We don't produce no shit down here like this. This shit came with it. What up?
Talk to me. Yeah, you seen that shit? That thing rain on my boys and rain. Everybody got damn at home. We might well sit in to see the fan now and look at everybody else. Who's gonna be KC and Tampa again?
Tampa ain't gonna do it. Tampa ain't gonna do it.
No. They gonna say, damn, Brown left us at a bad time, huh?
I'll let go for 250.
They doing the 1,000 shootout, man.
Who is?
Charles will set it up.
Oh, yeah?
Saya, the COVID-19 1,000 that came down. The unknown 1,000 and Beetlejuice. 1,500 apiece.
Per buyer?
Yeah. They just haven't set the date.
That'll be interesting.
Huh?
You think that's gonna happen?
All of the owners already agreed. Yeah.
Let's see these juice.
I think.
Family, what I'm doing now, we're putting the primary back on.
tight on the bolts because Harleys like to shake. So we ensure.
Morning, Mr. Will.
It's cold in the world. Look at that. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Will.
I'll be all right when I eat this breakfast. I'm so hungry I can eat the hide off a baby dog with a dog.
You must be real hungry.
Like your backbone. You got a blister on your backbone, huh?
Yeah, man.
I don't advise y'all doing this. I'm just doing this to tighten them up. To get them close.
Are there torque specs for this too?
Yes, it is. We're going to.
So you just know that your drill's not going to exceed that?
I know for a fact because I'm not twisting them all the way in.
Okay, I'll just make sure the people know.
I'm just letting it touch. So, now.
Is there a sequence for this too? Or not?
Yes.
Not so much.
Yes, there is. You must look in your manual and check the order of sequence.
It's my favorite tool. Good morning.
What? Go get her a t-shirt.
Is that one you had all the time?
Oh, yeah, go right.
Just like you had all the time?
Okay, we got the inner primary back on. So now we're going to assemble the rest of the clutch basket and so on. Oh, John, no. No, you didn't. You did it? We're in the process of ensuring that we put the starter bolts back in because it's something that you can forget because you're working on the primary side.
You got a little girl.
Thank you. What we got to do to get this
Oh, you want that one to go up the conduit?
Yeah.
You got to go up? Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Oh, don't worry about it.
What you doing now, Jay?
Put in the compensator sprocket. Compensator sprocket. It's got to go. Anytime you're working with these clutch baskets on a Harley, it's a reverse nut. So ensure when you're getting ready to take it off, you're going in the right direction because if not, you're going to strip the bolt that holds the clutch basket on. You all right over there?
Hell no. Oh, man.
Oh. I would open that hole up. We now have our clutch basket back in and our compensator sprocket. Hey, for all y'all Harley guys that don't know this, if it was my bike and I wanted to make a little bit more torque or get my bike to move out of the hole a little bit faster, they sell a conversion kit here on the compensator sprocket. Just like in the metric bikes when we change the gears the sprockets for a better torque to move out faster. You can do the same thing on a Harley. Take this down 2 teeth and it'll raise your RPMs probably about 300 or 400 RPMs, but you'll get a whole lot more pulling power.
What you doing now, Jay?
I'm putting the chain adjuster in. These bikes are fitted with a adjuster that adjusts based off of a spring. So when the chain gets slack, the adjuster, the spring pushes the adjuster out, which puts tension on here, which tightens the chain. So it always gives it the proper amount. So, like you see this right there,
Yeah.
there's too much play. But once I start the motorcycle and the chain starts moving, the adjuster would do this. You heard that click out?
Yeah.
That's tightening the chain. So it always keeps it at the proper tension.
Can you test that chain with the same chain tensioner tool?
No, you
No?
can't. Nope. So, now that we got that in, we're basically ready to close the primary up. So, we have our heads on, back on. We have our clutch assembly back in. So now, let's put the primary back in. I see. And ensure that you put new gaskets on. The last thing you want to do in doing all of this is do all of this work, put an old gasket on, and then have to tear it all back down just because it's an old gasket. And we don't want a double gasket. Anyone?
Short one?
This holds it in place so we can put the rest of the bolts in. We're putting the rockers back on. New head,
Primary's done.
new gaskets. You get the rockers put back on. Then we'll get the cams put in. And we can almost button this motor up.
Ooh.
Okay, Ghost Gang. We're back here on this motor. Remember, we was talking about how the gentleman dropped the bearings down into the casing. Well, I'm using the actual tool in order to take the last cam bearing out. So this is what you need in order to take the cam bearing out. Instead of using a makeshift tool. In this profession, you got to use the proper tools to get the proper results. So here we are still trying to put this motor together. I said I was going to have it all done today, so I'm steady working on it. Here we go. Okay, family. Ghost Gang, here's where I pull the cam bearing out. Here's where I pull the cam bearing out, and by having the proper tool, you can see that it's pulled out. What I'm about to do now is push new cam bearings in so I can install the cam plate with the new oil pump and the new Woods cams. Let's get to it. See the bearings that's in the cage? He ruined the bearings in the cage, and the bearings fell out and fell down in the motor. Typically, you put these in the refrigerator and you make sure that they're a little bit cool, so then, and you can also put a little oil on them to make sure got a little lubrication that they slide in easier. But when you got the tool, it really doesn't matter because the tool sets the depth for you. You can't really mess it up when you're using the tool properly. New cam bearings. Easy, simple. Make sure you can read the lettering on the bearing. So, back to, here we go. Two, sits right there. And then, like I said, make sure you keep your letterings facing outward so you can see it from the outside looking in. So, the words will be touching the inner portion of the tube. What we're going to do is to put the cam bearings, to remove and put cam bearings back in to a motorcycle. Now, I won't say that it's easy to set the timing, but for a novice, here we go. Now I'm checking my depth. We're almost there. There we go. All we got to do now is release. Just that easy. First set, cam bearings installed.
Almost looks like a real bike again.
Yes, it does. And the process making this rideable again. Hopefully after this, the owner won't be doing his own engine mods to his bike. So, we're going to ensure takes this to a certified mechanic before he decides that he's going to do something other than what it's called for.
Wanna talk to him?
Well,
Can't hear it anyway.
here we go. We're going to do the first heat cycle. This is the first time the motor has been started since we put it together. So we get to see it firsthand. It's a 107 with S&S cam. We didn't do the heads. We were supposed to do the heads, but we ran out of time. But now, here we go. Okay, we just done our first heat cycle. You know, we heat cycling the bike to make sure all of the gaskets are seated and fitted. Make sure we ain't got no leaks. And I made a mistake. I thought he had S&S cams, but really what he has is Woods cams. These are cams that I use probably more than any other cams. This cam is a TW555. Woods does excellent when it comes to cams. My last 2014 Street Glide that I built for myself with Woods cams and a mild cleanup on the head with a Vance & Hines exhaust on the dyno, I got 105 and 125 pounds of torque out of basically a motor that really didn't have a lot done to it. So Woods cams are the way to go. So as you see, like we talked about, the customer, he tried to do this himself, but you know, unfortunately he ran into some problems, and here we are now. He is done. We're going to heat cycle it again. We're going to make sure that, you know, everything's good to go. He has a tuner that I think he got from Moto that probably has a tune on it, but I'll put it on the dyno to check it to make sure it's exactly where it needs to be at. But as for the build, hey, 107 build complete. If you have any questions, if you need to ask any questions, hey, just give us a call over here at Performance on Two Wheels, and you know how to find us on YouTube. So
How many times do you heat cycle it?
he gonna get 3 heat cycles. I'll give him 3 heat cycles, and after that, and once I plug in his tuner, which he told him what he had and his exhaust, so I'm quite sure they plugged it in, and he should be ready to ride. No, actually, he might be ready to ride it today. So we're charging the battery up, make sure it's good and charged.
Wipe her down so she shines.
Yeah, our clean man to come in and clean it all up, get it all good to go, and customer can come and get his baby, and we'll be done. So thank you for tuning in, watching this build, and as we look, come over here. I'm actually about to do the exact same thing on an M8, but it's a flat board. I'm doing a big bore kit on this one also, so we're gonna record this one also. I'm in the process of breaking it down, so we'll let you see what this one does once we get it completely done. But
Any questions? Give us a call. Thank you.